Welcome back and happy Friday, everyone. Friday is the day where I showcase your work. So this is what comes in the mail during the week. I'm really lucky that I get some amazing stuff from you guys. So let's see what we got today. Man, I really need a haircut. So yeah, Friday is the day where I showcase your work. It's really cool for me because I get to see what you guys are producing, come onto the other side of the lens. Before we get into this, I want to give a shout out to Adoramapix. A lot of you guys ask me, hey, where can I get a book or a zine or even some prints made? And Adoramapix are pretty awesome. You probably already know that editing your images isn't the last step in the process. You want to get them printed, and Adoramapix offers an excellent service delivering beautiful prints and photo books. Just upload your image files, you control the output quality and finished product on an absolutely gorgeous selection of paper types. Prints are a way to separate you as a great photographer by going the extra mile, and using photo books to wow clients, you can even expand the services that you can charge for, and prints always look better than images on a screen. So check out Adoramapix and see how beautiful your images can look. Use the offer code TED15 off at checkout, and I can save you an additional 15% on your entire order. Once again, that offer code is TED15 off, and I want to thank the folks at Adoramapix for sponsoring another episode of The Art of Photography. So first up is this book, and last week when we did Mail Time, I featured a book by a gentleman named Arthur Meyerson. Arthur is an incredible photographer, and what's interesting is he was really excited that I shared the book with you guys on here, and so we emailed back and forth a little bit more. Long story short, if you haven't seen the video, definitely go watch it. It's an amazing book. But Arthur knew my dad once upon a time. He lives in Houston, and it turns out he's really good friends with Keith Carter, because when I emailed him back, I asked him about the artist series, and he said, oh, I know what the artist series is. I know Keith really well. And anyway, this is his first book. He sent this in. This is amazing. So there is a lot to like about Arthur's work. What I love the most is that you see some unconventional influences that come into his work. He does it in a very original way, but you see a lot of things like past master painters. I think there's a nod to, and we share some influences here, but people like Ernst Haas, who's one of my favorite color photographers. There may be even like some J. Maisel-ish stuff going on. I know they're contemporaries and they know one another. And I just think the world of Arthur. I think he's amazing. So one thing I want to share with you guys is I did ask him if he would like to do an artist series video. And so we are working on that right now. And this is probably a good time to give you guys a little bit of an update on the artist series, because every time this comes up, people tend to get angry for some reason. And I understand that it takes me a while to do these. I'm one person. That's how many people are working on this. And the thing that stresses me out about it a little bit is I have two wonderful interviews that I filmed last year that I haven't gotten to yet, because I like to release these as a series. We do like one a week. So I did Clyde Butcher and I did Bastian Welt, and I need to get to those and I need to finish them. So hopefully this summer, by the end, we will finally, in September, have the Artist Series Season 3. And I really want Arthur to be a part of that. I think he's an amazing photographer, and I've got some other surprises that I'm working on too. It's really hard to talk about Artist Series because, like, I've done done this show for a long time. And if I talk about something that's coming up because I'm excited about it, then all of a sudden people are looking for it. And I understand that. They want to see it. And that's totally flattering and totally cool. But at the same time, if I don't talk about it, then it's kind of out of left field. So it's a very weird tightrope to walk on that. Just know that it's coming. And please, guys, be patient with me. I promise we'll have it. Anyway, check out Arthur's book. Links in the show description, as is everyone else who sent me work today. Moving along. Got some postcards. Never-ending series work from our friend INTJ Photo. So it's actually funny because the guys at the post office who deliver the mail, they usually go check my box. They're like, more in the series. So everybody's aware of the series. I need to do a better job of organizing these so I can show them to you as a series and not just dribble them in every now and then. And another series, Moody and Mysterious Black and Whites. This one has a cool note on the back. Stockton Street Tunnel. One that's in color. These are from the ambiguous artist G.I. And a nice card. This comes from Ram, who lives in Chicago. Nice note on the back, and he's threatening a series as well. This is one of 12 of the postcard photo series. And this wonderful book and a letter that comes to us from the UK. This is from Dr. Svetoslav Ivanov, who writes, Dear Ted, thank you for a wonderful show, which has been a constant source of inspiration. Let me share with you my greatest joy, my first photo album, Ecosystems, Complexity, Diversity, and Nature's Contribution to Humanity, published as a final project of my MA in photography at Falmouth University. The idea is very simple, to show what ecosystems can do and why we should care. The key message is that essentially the whole is much greater than the sum of its parts, and money cannot possibly be a measuring rod for assessing the value of nature. Humanity has lost 60% since 1970, according to WWF, and I really doubt there was 100% in 1970 to start with. I have gone to great length in spreading the word on ecological economics and funded a think tank, Environmental Europe, in Oxford. We have organized 15 executive schools in ecological economics, which reached out to participants from 54 countries, which include members of UNDP, UNEP, IUNC, OECD, WWF, companies, leading universities, NGOs, and government departments. I will be giving a keynote at the Landscape Summit in Dubai shortly and really hope that this message will spread. I am very pleased that the United Nations has just announced the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration. Hopefully, actions will follow. Yours sincerely, Stanislav. Dr. Shemilev, this is a beautiful book. I really love the use of color in here. It's very interesting and unique, and I think it's a wonderful message. I think it's a great cause, and I will link up to his work below. You guys should check him out. Thanks for the book. Next up is this book/zine, which comes to us from Bulgaria, which is very cool. And I'm going to attempt to pronounce the name. This comes to us from Svetoslav Ivanov, which comes with a translation that I want to share with you as well. It describes the project. It says, we call it Northfall in Bulgaria, jokingly, but unfortunately this is not funny, it's a tragedy. This is the poorest part of Bulgaria, respectively of the European Union, yet it has an extremely beautiful nature. Unfortunately, the condition of towns and villages is not good at all. High unemployment, low salaries, and unacceptable working conditions contributed to the depopulation of this part of Bulgaria. The towns are in a poor state, and the villages are critically endangered. The photos included in this book are fragments of people's lives and processes happening here. Northwestern Bulgaria is a unique place with a rich history and good-hearted people. I want to show the reality that people live in, and I think these photos represent a very small part of everything that can be done, seen, and experienced here. And a translation from the last page, it says, in the area of social networks and digital arts, everyone is a photographer. In the modern lifestyle and in the rush to create unique, memorable images to decorate social profiles, there is a risk that the photos in this book will remain unnoticed. This album is a look at the reality in northwestern Bulgaria through my camera. In order to take this type of photos, it's all to luck and chance, but a single picture or a glance which will tell us without words everything in the life of a man or will show the destiny of a place. That kind of makes me sad to read. And I did a video on social media this week, and we talked about Instagram. And, you know, here's the deal, guys. Don't ever let that discourage you from making important work. We've talked about work that matters before. This is really important to do, and I think that this is a great project. I have many projects that they don't have a lot of sale value on the internet. I get it. But I do them anyway because I argue that they're important to do for your own soul and your own sanity. And plus, I'm sharing your book, so hopefully this will help spread the word as well. And it's all about finding an audience in whatever you do, and that's how you share stuff. And sometimes the right audience for something that's really popular is not the right audience for what you're doing anyway. So don't get discouraged. This is a beautiful book. Thank you for sharing this. Awesome stuff. You know, one thing that I want to add to all of this, and that is that in the years that I've done this, I love doing the mail time shows on Friday, but I am constantly amazed at not only the width and the breadth of range that people submit work in, but also the quality. I mean, it's a wide range. Sometimes we have stuff that's serious, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's kind of heavy, sometimes it's more artistic. So it's a lot of different kinds of things. And you guys be supportive of one another. Drop a comment below and let people know if you like their work. I put links to everybody in here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, later.